Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks bringing you a look at Kona Day 1. As you guys know, or maybe don't know yet, I am a Canadian streamer and YouTuber, and I like to try to present Canadian content as much as possible. And this game is developed and set in Canada, and this seemed like a perfect opportunity to try this game out, which is in early access or beta, so it might be a bit rough around the edges. But I wanted to take a look at it anyways because this is basically exactly what it looks like outside my door right now. So you guys are gonna get a sense for what it's like to live in this harsh wilderness. It's not that bad. I'm in the city, but I don't know too much about the game. I think it's a bit of a detective or mystery story. So without further ado, let's dig right in. I hope you enjoy it. First thing I'm noticing is it looks like it's taking place in Quebec. Magasin Général, La Chance. That's gonna be interesting.
Carl Faubert, private detective, had just traveled thousands of kilometers from Montreal to reach this remote, middle-of-nowhere area situated near the far northern Lake Atimabec. Granted, that was a great distance to cover for a sole client, but word had it that he was a particularly wealthy one.
So it looks like we are maybe a private investigator. We've got a camera here, map, cigarettes. Let's grab more important things first. Oh, it looks like I'm hitting E to grab to interact. Okay. Oh, I don't know what that was.
Carl had to drive a bit further north in order to meet with wealthy industrialist William Hamilton.
Okay, so we have to meet this wealthy client. We are... Okay, we're down in the bottom left. It looks like this map updates as we move.
William Hamilton was a prosperous owner who had acquired various businesses, as well as metal mines in this northern region.
Okay, can we grab our camera?
Carl, always diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
Okay, so we're Carl. I have to meet with William Hamilton at the general store. We haven't unlocked any locations or anything. Next section. Oh, okay, next section. Interesting. So we can take photos in the game, I guess? Looks like. Grab our flashlight.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away, even when removed from civilization.
Okay. Keep picture. Sure. Like it's added to the journal. I wonder how that's gonna work. Wonder how that mechanic's gonna work.
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business.
Down to business. Okay, there's one thing I want to change. Hopefully I can. And that's just the mouse sensitivity. It'd be easier for you guys to follow me. So I'm not moving around too quickly. We get into the car? Yes. Wonder if we have to drive ourselves.
William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
We do? Interesting, okay. Usually in games like this, getting into a car just means...
The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others, an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortune. And these ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him.
Okay, so he's English in a French community, sounds like.
Carl was not made aware that winter would come early this year. The North made clear who was the boss up there.
Yeah.
Snow, which didn't care much about the date when it felt like dumping his first load of the year.
Whoa, holy shit.
Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people.
Cree people, okay. So the Aboriginals are complaining as well. This is all a big deal in Canada. Kind of the conflict between... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck! Conflict between the English-speaking and French-speaking
circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Also, Aboriginal rights is a big deal here.
Spanning several hectares of virgin forest blanketed in eternal snow, the Manistan region, comprised mostly of bellowing caribous and inviolate lakes, wasn't exactly touristic. It was said that its lands had harbored the Cree people for thousands of years, but since the Industrial Revolution, it seemed that all they harbored were metal mines.
Okay,
very few souls claimed the territory surrounding Lake Atamipek. It could barely be called a village, an enclave, or a settlement perhaps. Anything that illustrates middle of nowhereness bordering the backwoods of the Cree Kingdom.
Just want to see where we are on the map here. Where do we pull it up? Is it M? Let me see. Map. Okay, we have a fair distance to go. Oh no, I guess we're going to that gas station. Just up on the right. Okay,
Now wasn't a good time to go wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
Yeah, probably not a good time to wander about. I totally agree. This is exactly what it looks like outside of my place right now, by the way. It's like there's a truck abandoned on the side of the road. Let's make sure that we don't do the same thing here.
Since 1941, the general store provided the populace with various goods that couldn't be plucked from nature itself. William Hamilton had recently taken over the place. In fact, the whole region was now his.
Okay, let's see if we can get out here. I see a snowflake. I wonder if that's supposed to represent... I wonder if there's like a cold element to this game. Try to stay warm.
A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Indian cigarettes. So that means, fishing license? Don't smoke around here. That's beer and spirits. Garage to the side. Okay, let's go in. Nice, I'll be able to translate for you guys.
Whatever happened here, things got pretty rough. And not a trace of Hamilton.
Oh, shit. So there's some kind of struggle. Place is a mess, no kidding. What's that? Military rations. Canned fish.
You don't leave
Bullets.
ammunition out in the open like this. Was Gilles Lachance that careless?
Someone was smoking cigarettes recently. Okay, what's this?
Gilles Lachance, Carl recollected, was the general store's manager. Should Hamilton not be available, he was the man to talk to. Or what if Hamilton had moved up his appointment with his physician?
Okay, what does it say? Someone from Montreal is coming to join me at the general store. You'll welcome him because I will be late. That's the thing about Quebec French. It mixes in a lot of English. Cal chez le docteur Beaupré. Okay, so he's gonna go see the doctor first. Says, make sure you're nice to the guy. So us, he's talking about, of course. Not even cold. Okay, let's turn this off because that's annoying. Creepy. But annoying. Oh, looks like we can move that over. Medkit. Okay, so I wonder if we can take damage. Pumps. Maybe if we need gas. You can press on the keys. Fail. So yeah, straight away you can tell the Polaroid camera. Cash register is a bit older than the Polaroid camera, but this has got to take place in 70s, 80s.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone.
Oh, and the phones are down too. What's that? Another cigarette. Drawers are empty. Some duct tape. Matches. What's this? Instructions for opening the cash register. So we have to put in the price and then press sale. Marivelle. And then turn the thing twice. And then hit it if it doesn't work. Okay. So, wait. Sale. Okay, let's see what's in here. Well, there's money, so it doesn't look like a robbery, but what's this? It's like a oh, it's a credit registry. With addresses. Anyone have serious debt? No, it's just a couple bucks here and there. The old Canadian money. Haven't seen that in a while. It's funny. We actually use plastic money here now. Similar to Australia. Okay, it looks like I've seen everything here.
The Plouffe family. The old black and white show from the 50s related the ups and downs of a typical family living in Quebec City in the aftermath of World War II. It was like the Addams family, minus the macabre and a walking hand.
This.
Everyone knew the stories of Donalda and Alexis, and everyone hated Séraphin Poudrier just the same. Even at the edge of the world, this was no exception.
Can't say I'm familiar with it. The lights on. Stuck at 3 p.m. Whatever happened here must have happened at 3 p.m. What is this? It's like a crystal? What the hell?
Carl was used to strange phenomena. But a chunk of ice like this? As if an iceberg came out of the ground?
What?
That was a first.
No kidding. I think we've got a lot.
By all appearances, the general store also served as a post office.
Okay.
Letters and packages awaited the locals' daily visit.
That's not strange in small towns. When I actually traveled across Canada, drove across Canada several years ago, we came across a lot of towns where the general store was like everything. Post office, whatever. These are like all opened. All these are open though.
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
More matches? Like we're just stealing from the general store? Yeah, place is a mess. Okay, let's go through this door, I guess. Wolves. Oh, they look pretty nasty. What does this do? Store the garage. Off.
The note explained that both the garage and the store shouldn't be supplied with electricity
Okay.
at the same time.
Do we want to probably turn off the store? Turn on the garage. Mains. Okay, so just going to we can go to the generator or the main power, I guess. It's so weird. I mean, it just doesn't just look like ice. It looks like a crystal. Okay, what? I mean, it's not
Carl
that.
was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
Repair generator. Duct tape and need. Not sure what that is. Right, so
Carl
it's
proudly remembered an essential fact of his Survival 101 class in the Army. Wolves won't approach crowded areas. Or was it about bears?
okay. So we were in the army. Carl was in the army. More crystals. Like there's some wolf prints going over this way. Let's follow that in a bit. Let's take a look at the garage. Maybe we'll find whatever we need to fix this generator. And I don't know what we need the generator for. It seems like we already have power. Anything in here? Okay, we can run too. Always good. Is he inside?
The door was locked.
Locked. Other side. We break in through the window? Doesn't look like it. It's in here.
Hate
Hamilton.
was in the air. Seems like some villagers barely tolerated each other.
Okay, so this is like a threatening note. We're gonna tell you you're a brigand, a thief. Not sure what shadowing means. A viper. I think that means like a blood sucker, a monster. You're holding me by the throat. Too bad for me. Musashi could. I'm not sure what that means at the end. So definitely getting threatened. More evidence of that. How do we get into that garage? Let's Let's follow these footsteps. An outhouse here. Paper? Maybe it'll tell us the date. So I think something about William Hamilton. Rich industrialist. In the 1950s, I guess he was a miner. I have residence in the region. I know who lives here. They'll be happy with the economic development, I believe that means. We'll have employment. Basically, I guess he's trying to argue, what he's doing. Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh, it's cold. Another crystal. Do we, like... Is it possible for us to, like, freeze to death? I don't know. It's a huge crystal up ahead. Oh, there's someone frozen
Carl
here.
wondered what the hell could that thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
Weird.
All of a sudden, Carl felt like he was pulled inside a world of dreams, a cold, unknown dimension. Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp.
So Carl has some kind of, like, supernatural powers, maybe? Is he in this, like, spirit world? Weird. Footsteps going off in this way and some kind of fire. Dog or wolf jumping at us.
To all appearances, this was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
Weird. Beast enjoys long slumbers. Sanctuary seems impregnable. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out. Think like a hunter. Beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. Terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming. They feel its presence, a cold dead grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me. I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of a taut wire. Beast is getting closer to the villagers. Moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of wind along with it. Tracked it to no avail. Do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know this is the work of the beast. Attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing of this force of nature. I touched the ice imprisoning the white man. I saw things, but I do not understand them. Wow. Let's see where these footsteps lead to. Does it look like a pig?
What could these engraved numbers mean? A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
739. More footsteps going off the wilderness. More wolves. I don't know if they can attack me. To a truck. Is this the truck that we saw on the way in? I'm not sure. It's a note.
Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water. What happened? Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified in ice was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself. It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Take this. Just Gilles Lachance. Okay. Well, we're getting cold, so let's go back into the general store. Yeah, that was the abandoned truck we saw earlier. What the numbers mean. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up this look at Kona Day 1 right here. I'm pretty intrigued, so let me know what you guys think about the game, and I might continue playing it, or I might wait until the full release and play it then. I kind of dig it. It's a bit rough around the edges, but I'm kind of intrigued by the story, and I'd like to see where it goes, I think. Oh, wow. Getting all blurry. Thank you so much for watching. This is Luckless Lovelocks. Signing off for now.